Alright, welcome back. Hope you're all doing very well. First of all, thank you guys for 475 subscribers as of the recording of this YouTube video. Of course, I really do much appreciate it. And remember that if you do enjoy the content, please subscribe and help me reach that 1k goal. So a few things real first, before I actually start the video officially. Number one, I just woke up, so if I sound a little bit different, that is probably why. So just keep that in mind. And secondly, just something I want to touch on. I very recently had somebody basically confront me in my YouTube short version of my Bleach Brave Souls videos about my content being misleading. And just to note, I know 99% of you guys, of course, enjoy my content and don't find it misleading, but if you do, please approach me properly about it and do what I recommend you do. This guy was commenting on a YouTube short, as I said, saying it was misleading because I don't give all the information that I say I do. But the thing is, how do you want, and this is just my opinion, how do you want me to go ahead and, this was on the whole farming guide of like crystals and stuff like that, how do you expect me to condense a 40-minute long informational video into a minute-long video? I don't understand how I can do that personally. And the thing is, even when I recommended the guy go to the full video because that's exactly what you want, he kept on bashing me, telling me that I was misleading him, blah blah blah. It's like, okay, so because you have the attention span of a squirrel and you cannot go watch a full video and you need to watch shorts, now it's my problem, even after I keep on recommending you to go to the full video because that has all the information you would ever need in farming. So just a side note on that, I just want to touch the base with you guys and tell you guys that I do not intend for my content to be misleading. If it is, I do apologize, of course, but I believe I do deliver exactly what I state in my videos. If you guys don't like the shorts, of course, I mean, most of you guys don't even watch my shorts, so it is fine. Okay, let's start out this video. So we're going to start it out with a few spins. Well, I'm going to do a free summon. You see here, again, let's see if I actually get something. I highly doubt I will, but let's see. No, as usual, I will not. But I do have a 5-star ticket, so there at least I will get a guaranteed 5-star. But the thing is, excuse me, the thing is, I'm probably going to get a duplicate because these are usually duplicates. I think I've only gotten once or twice a new character out of these in all the time I've been playing, so yeah, let's see who I pull out of this. It's probably going to be some old character or something like that. Let's see. I guess that's Okiora on red. Ding ding ding. Okay, so I actually do not have him, which is cool. I mean, he's not that great of a character, but at least, you know, it's a new character, so that's Soulwolves. Perfect. Okay. Coolio. So of course today is not going to be a summons video because I'm actually filming this on a Wednesday. This is actually going up on a Monday. So yes, I know I am kind of messing up my own schedule, but that's okay. This, like I said, I'm filming this on the Wednesday. I'm going to be uploading it on the next week's Monday, and then on Friday I'll do a banner review for you guys just to make sure that you guys are in the know and know what to pull. Yeah, so this video, if the title didn't already tell you guys what it is, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to identify your characters. Now, this is something that has been bugging a lot of people, and I know even some of my friends struggle with identifying characters in general. So let's start at a base level when it comes to characters. There are 4 types of characters in the game, okay? Just as a fundamental level, there's 4 types of characters in the game, and they branch off eventually to guild quest characters, brave battle characters, etc, etc. Now, let's start out this real slow, because this can get very confusing, so I'm going to try to explain my terminology to you guys, okay? We have a melee strong attack unit, which is somebody like Oetsu over here, okay? He's a melee strong attack unit. How do I know that? Well, personally, Of course, I could play over him, first of all, to identify that, or I can go ahead and look at two things. When you first look at a unit, especially the newer ones, okay, the older ones is a tad bit more difficult to identify, but when you look at a unit, the first thing you need to check when it comes to any unit is the SP high or is the attack high? Okay? Because that will dictate if it's a strong attack unit or if it's a normal attack damage unit. Now, of course, our Etsu here is a SP unit, so immediately I know he is a strong attack unit. Okay? So that already completely locks out the normal attack part. So now that we know he's a strong attack unit, now we need to identify if he is a ranged or melee strong attack unit. Now, there is a couple of ways that you can identify this. First of all is, of course, to go and check his skills. Now, for 08 Servier, he has Marauder. Okay? Instantly, because Marauder is a melee strong attack, oh well, let me rephrase this. Marauder is a melee skill. So I already know that he is a melee unit because he has Marauder. If he had Sharpshooter, I would know he's ranged because that is a range skill. So I know for a fact he's a melee strong attack unit. But if you guys don't know what skills are and exactly what skills do, which is completely fine. I mean, you're not going to be knowing exactly what every single skill does when you just start out the game. There's a lot of things in this that can confuse people and maybe not even make sense at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take our Etsuya, which is a melee strong attack unit. Then we're going to take another unit with us. You know what, just for the lols, because I haven't used them in like a few years. Where is he? Here he is. Okay. We're going to take Eisen with us. Okay, so let's quickly check out Eisen. He is a ranged strong attack unit. So first of all, of course, his SP is higher than his attack. So we already identified what type of character he is. He's a strong attack character. Okay. Now we go to the list. We go down, we search for something that we can actually work on. Ah, okay, there he is. Sharpshooter, so I know he's ranged, but I'll show you guys exactly how you can identify it in game as well, because like I said, not a lot of people actually know exactly what each skill does, and I do plan on making a guide for every single skill in the game. It's 104 skills. That guide is gonna take me a week to bloody film, but you know what, it is what it is. Okay, so we're gonna take him as well. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and log into a quest. Let's do something simple. I'm not gonna, there's not a damn, let's do the most difficult quest in the game topic. Let's just get into this. Now, I don't want the cons because I have too many units out already, but you know what, it's okay. Okay, so I'm not gonna do 10 times because I do not want 80 cons. Let's just do one. I'm just gonna remove the boost as well because, yeah. Okay, so let's start the quest. This thing is gonna take a while to load. My internet is absolutely horrendous last month. I don't know why. It's absolutely pathetic. I have a 1 GB line. That's the worst of it. Okay. So, like I said, Oetsu is a melee strong attack unit. A very simple way to actually identify what a character is to use their first attack. Not a strong attack, just a normal attack. As you can see, he has no range attack, he just melees. That's real simple, he just does a melee attack. Eisen, because we know he is a strong attack unit as well, if we actually use his normal attack, you will see he is ranged. That will dictate the rest of the skills. So all of the other skills, his square, his triangle, and his third ability, okay, so I'm calling it that, but his first strong attack, second and third is all ranged damage. It all counts towards range damage because he's a ranged unit. There's some units in the game that is bugged when it comes to their certain attacks. They are very few and far between, so do not worry about it. But some units actually have like they're a melee strong attack unit, but then one of the attacks actually count as a ranged, which is very dumb, but it is what it is. I think they actually fixed that recently, but yeah, just a side note, some of them are like that. So Etsu as well, like you can see, his normal attacks is all melee, right? And we know he's a strong attack unit because, well, he is. We check that. His SP, all his skills dictate that, okay? Now his square, that counts as a melee. Even though it's a ranged looking attack, it counts as a melee. His triangle, second attack, that is also a melee attack. And as well as his third strong attack, also melee. So the real classification identifier here is, of course, the NAD. If the normal attack is basic normal attack string is a melee or is a ranged attack, that will classify him as a melee or ranged strong attack unit. Okay, real simple. This really is as simple as that. Now what we're gonna do here is hopefully not. You know what, I'll do Itsu's special for you guys, since I don't think you guys have seen it. Not many has. There we go. Cool. Okay, so of course, like I said, that is how you identify your units. Now, I'm not going to leave you guys just to say, okay, so we've done strong attack, you can figure out the normal attack units as well on your own. No, we're going to do that as well. Okay, I don't have an issue with it. I'll show you guys exactly how you can do that as well. So let us remove Oetsu from this and all Aizen. Okay. Now we need to find two units that is normal attack units, which is going to be rather difficult because I don't own many of them. Ooh, actually I do. Candace. Okay. She's a normal attack unit. And I think, yeah, let's use Sajin. Why not? I know he is because he is a Brave Souls character. Okay. So the principle stays the same. Okay, so these are characters, okay? Now, of course, as we look at the stats, you will see Candace's attack is significantly higher than her SP. So that will dictate, of course, that she is a normal attack damage character. In other words, her strong attacks are not something you're going to be working off. You are going to be using her normal attacks to damage enemies, okay? Just keep that in mind. Another way, once again, to check is the skills, of course, but I'm gonna go into the skills in another video, okay? But you can then, of course, we've identified she's a normal attack damage character, a NAD for short, okay? So we have a NAD, which is normal attack damage, and we have a strong attack damage character, which is sad. I know that sounds kind of weird, but it is what it is. It's just how players have identified things, okay? So she is a normal attack damage character. Great. Now we're gonna go over to Sergeant again. Sergeant as well, you can see his attack is significantly higher than his SP. Now just keep in mind my attack is a little bit higher than what it usually would be, but still, the point stands. His SP is very low compared to his attack. Okay. Then if we go to the list once again, he has Marauder. Okay, so we know he is a melee NAD. Now this is where people get confused. Okay, so remember when I said to you guys there's 4 types of characters. There is a melee strong attack, a ranged strong attack, which we covered already. That was Oetsu and that was Aizen. Now you get a melee NAD and a ranged NAD. Now don't get confused. When I say melee, I mean exactly what that means. He doesn't have ranged attacks, okay? That's all it means. So even if you want to just do an order of elimination to not get confused, melee NAD means his normal attacks, which deal the most damage for him, is just short ranged attacks. It's melee. When, of course, we say ranged NAD, they have a ranged normal attack, which deal their damage. I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. But yeah, so it comes down to that. Is the character a short-ranged unit or a long-ranged unit? I think that will be a little bit easier to identify for you guys. Short-ranged or long-ranged. Which, yeah, I think that You know what? I'm gonna go with that terminology from now on. So if it is a short-range NAD, that would be somebody like Sergeant here, since he doesn't have ranged attacks. A long-range NAD is something like Candace over here. But we'll go into that mission again and I'll show you guys. Do I want to do that quest again? You know what? Let's do a different quest because I don't want to get the cons. I'm nearly at 500 characters. It's annoying to sort out, so let's just do this. Sultry Bonanza. This quest is a little bit more difficult. Let's have Candace and Sergeant's up for it, but I think Candace is extremely strong, so it doesn't really matter. Go. Okay, so let's start with Sergeant for simplicity's sake. Like I said, he's a NAD unit. So in other words, his strong attacks isn't something that's going to deal a lot of damage. Okay, and as you can see, the cooldown on him is extremely long because we're not going to be building around it. We're going to be building around this, just his normal attack. And as you can see, it's all short ranged. Okay, so we know he's a melee NAD or a short range NAD, depending on how you want to classify it or what's easier for you. Okay, now Candace on the other side, once again, we're not going to be using her strong attacks really for damage. Yes, they do have quite a bit of range. Yes, you can hit guys from extremely far away, and sometimes, yes, they do some good damage. But that's not what we're going to be building around. We're going to be building, once again, around her normal attacks, which is, as you can see, very much ranged. She's a really good ranged unit, actually. So that is, of course, then, a ranged normal attack unit, as you can see. Her whole kit revolves just around using the normal attacks. So she has no cooldown issues really because all her damage comes from this. So that is how you once again identify NAD units. Normal attack damage units. I hope that clarified things a little bit for you guys because I know people struggle to identify units. That is fine. It is what it is. I mean, it really is sometimes a little bit difficult because some guys have... I'm gonna show you guys this, actually, 2 seconds. Anyways, so some guys, of course, have attacks that look like they're ranged and they are a melee unit. They are not. It really is down to exactly what is your normal attack like. If your normal attack is a ranged attack, the rest of your skills is gonna be range damage. If your melee attack, or your normal attack rather, is a melee, then you are gonna be doing melee damage of all your skills. And of course, the easy classification on what it is in terms of strong attack or a normal attack damage character is just looking at the skills. The skills can be, like I said, or not skills, the stats. If the stats is high on the attack rather than the SP, then it's a normal attack damage character. If the SP is higher than the attack, then it's a strong attack damage character. Hope that makes sense to you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and once again just a quick little recap on it. There is 4 certain character types in this game. Okay, yes, 4 of them, unfortunately. There is the ranged strong attack characters or long range strong attack characters, if you want to put it like that. Then you have the short range strong attack characters or melee strong attack characters, depending on what you prefer to use, I guess. Then you get the melee normal attack damage characters or short range normal attack damage characters, and the long range or ranged normal attack damage characters. You can identify what a character is very easily in terms of a strong attack or a NAD by simply clicking on your character, opening the card, and then looking at the stats. These stats will instantaneously tell you if your character is a normal attack damage or a strong attack damage character. Then you know how to build around your character's strengths and weaknesses, of course. So like I said, Sergeant, he's a normal attack damage character, as you can see by his overshadowing of the attack on the SP. somebody like our Etsu here is very much a strong attack damage character, because once again his SP is extremely high and his attack is very low. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It's very easy to identify these characters, and then of course you can build around these strengths. Now I don't want to drag on this video too long, but I will have also, I think what I'll do is I'll edit in some notes for you guys to exactly follow. It's gonna take me a little bit longer, but luckily I have a week basically to get it done. But yeah, so I'll edit in some notes for you guys to make it a little bit more relatable and applicable, because it can be a little bit difficult to just follow my voice on it, and some people I know do struggle to actually understand English, and some people actually struggle to understand my accent. So if you guys do have a problem, not a problem, but if you guys do struggle with following my voice, I do apologize. Of course, it's my voice, I cannot change that. Accent, you know, you can change that based on where you live, so that might be changing. But the thing is, I'll add in some notes to make it easier so you guys can actually screenshot it as well, just to make sure that you guys actually understand that. Okay, so what I'll do is, of course, the next video will not be a guide like this. It will be a a banner video, like I usually do every single week. The next video on Bleach, of course, so that will be on next week Friday, and then what I'll do is I'll upload another guide for you guys, and I'll show you guys exactly what every single skill does in this game, every single one of it. I'm not going to put timestamps in, it's going to take way too damn long for me to put timestamps in a video. That's probably going to be like 45 minutes, and covering 100 some odd skills, so I'll do that as well. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I do apologize once again for the little rant in the beginning about my comment section on some YouTube shorts. I do really know that the majority of you guys, and I do mean the majority of you guys, actually do enjoy and love my content, and I cannot thank you guys enough for it. It's very heartwarming. I just wanted to mention it and tell you guys that there is some hate. I know there will always be some hate. It's just this one guy got really under my skin because he didn't want to go the extra mile with the effort just to check out my full video, of course, which is really damn annoying. And I think if he actually checked out the full video, he would have been really happy with the results, but it is what it is. So yeah, hope you all have a absolutely great week. We're gonna start out this week, of course, well, when I upload this video, it's gonna be a Monday, so hopefully this is a good start to your week, and I will see you all again in the next one. Have a great day and peace out.